The Liberals and the left wing of the Tory party are having a bit of a meltdown. Why? Because they're absolutely terrified of the return of conservatism. Okay, be patient with me in this video because I need to try not to lose my temper. So, as you guys know, the Tory party is already dominated and controlled by the Liberal side, or the Green wing of the Tory party. So, what we call the One Nation and the Tory Reform Group and all those guys. The whole of the establishment, the Tory mission, is left wing right now, okay? Somehow, they are having a meltdown because they're scared that Conservatives could come back and take over the party. So they are having conferences. This weekend, they have a conference. Damian Green, you remember Damian Green? Oh yes, I believe at some point he was actually Deputy Prime Minister to Theresa May. He is part of the One Nation of the Tory party. The One Nation side and the Tory Reform Group are holding a conference in London to challenge the enthusiastic extremes and nationalist populism and conservatism. Even though they are already controlling the establishment, they still think that somehow the right wing has gone to the extreme side and the Tory party is getting very nationalist and conservative. It's fascinating. So, for those who don't know, so you've got the One Nation Conservatives, and you also have the TRG, the Tory Reform Group, who are also One Nation Conservatives. And we're going to explain that in a second, in case you don't know. But one of them is Siobhan, who is in charge of the Tory Reform Group in London. She said, often the loudest voices, actually, she and Damian Green wrote this article. They said, often the loudest voices are heard in the media, but this is a complete misreading of where the center of gravity of the modern Conservative Party lies. There are thousands of activists and long-standing members up and down the country who espouse this centrist type of conservatism. Maybe we have been too quiet for too long. Too quiet for too long. You've literally been controlling the Tory party and the government for the past few years. Quiet? Are you kidding me? Every single institution is basically going with your agenda. The last few prime ministers, apart from Liz Truss, were from your wing. The chancellors, the Treasury orthodoxy, every single thing that we have, the BBC, everything's been essentially what they call centrist conservatism. What does that mean, by the way? By the way, that implies if you believe that there is such thing as called centrist Tory, then you imply that there is also right wing, because they also believe there is a right wing and they're centrist. So that means there's also left, right? If they believe that they are the centrist, I would like to ask them if they're watching this. So what is the left wing of the Tory party? If you are the centrist, see? They only use the word centre because it sounds nice. But they are. They have socialist policies. They want to nationalize industries. And they want to completely increase taxes. And they want to go back to the European Union, some of them. And it's absolutely chaotic how they think that they've been the quiet ones. Oh yeah, they're so oppressed. Absolutely oppressed. So these idiots are the supporters of Benjamin Disraeli, who was a big government protectionist nutter, who essentially was going against what we now call small government, self-determination, and economic liberalism, free market economy, and everything else, right? So, and there's a lot of people who've been brainwashed because of our education system thinking, oh, Disraeli was such a good prime minister. Yeah, right. Okay. Now, these people then eventually created these groups that were essentially against Margaret Thatcher and Thatcherism. But it's not just about Thatcherism. They were also against the fundamental conservatism that we had in this country. From what we now call conservatism, but at the time was classical liberalism, Gladstone and Robert Peel and those ideas. So, in case you haven't been convinced by my propaganda, this is the list of people in charge and who are involved, the veterans of these groups. You got Ken Clarke, of course, another Europhile, Damian Green, Robert Buckland, Sir John Major, Alistair Burt, Jonathan Evans. So there are a number of names. I'm just going to go through some of the key names. We've got Lord Heseltine. Of course, we have Lord Heseltine. We've got Lord Howard. Then you go down. You've got Nicholas Soames. Of course, another Ramona. You've got Malcolm Rifkin. And on the right-hand side, there's again a number of names, including current MPs like Victoria Atkins, Bim Afolami, Nigel Hudson. We've got Johnny Mercer, Guy Opperman, Tom Tugendhat and Robin Walker. These people are currently associated with what they call the centre of the Tory party, but that's basically the left wing of the Tory party. And they believe that they have been too quiet for too long. They have literally been in charge the whole time. Anyway, I will continue to expose the idiots. Subscribe to the channel. I'm Tousi, and we are the media.